Have you seen what's going on now with NotebookLM and other tools that are available for content creators? For those of us who create content, and particularly for those who are creating and using this as a creative conductor, we get a lot of capabilities with this. That's what I'm going to show you in this video. Give you some exact steps that you can use. I'm Terry Brock with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, and there Gina Carr, my partner, and I talk to you about how to use these things. So let me show you what can be done. One of the great sources of getting information, as we know, is YouTube. The University of YouTube, as we often like to call it, gives us the ability to see a lot of things. Let's take a look at that and what I've got in store for you on how you can grab that information and extract just what you need from it. Okay, I'm over here now on YouTube, and you see I've got some of the AI tools that have brought up some really, really good videos. And those of us that work with this know, hey, this is the way we really learn today. We go over to the University of YouTube, we find out what's going on, and we look at some particular videos. Let me show you what you can do now with this tool that's going to be amazing. Okay, here we are. I've gone over to a video called Your #1 Google Rank Means Nothing to ChatGPT. And I think this is another good video. I have not seen this one yet from Neil Patel. He has some really good information. I love watching his stuff. And Neil, if you ever catch this, a fan that you don't know me and I've never met you, but I just love what you're doing there. But what you might want to do is tap into that to say, okay, what is he doing that I can use? How can I get that information without having to go through the entire video and watch it? Well, there's a way to do it. Particularly think about those videos that might be 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours that are packed full of great information, but you just don't have time to watch them all. Well, here's what we can do on this. As we see it, I'm going to go into NotebookLM and you'll see what it shows me right here, down here at the bottom. It's now in there because I loaded YouTube to NotebookLM. That's the name of the Google Chrome extension, and it's free. And it puts this on here so I can look at that. I'm going to click on that button, and when I do, it's going to take this and then allow me to either create a new notebook or to be able to choose a notebook. I can do either one. You'll see I've got those available right there. I'm going to use create a new notebook this time. And when I click on that, I want you to notice what's happening here. It jumps over into NotebookLM and it gives me a quick summary, which is pretty nice. See if I can zoom out here a little bit, you can see what's available. It shows me a summary of it. So this way I'm getting a capsule of what's going on real quickly like that. And you see how fast that is. There's another tool that I'm using also that I recommend a little bit. I haven't purchased it yet. I saw it yesterday and I think I'm going to buy it, called Kortex. And they have the NotebookLM is available. And Core is with a K, K-O-R-T-E-X. I like it, and if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below and we can put that together. But look at what we've got here right now. I've got a nice summary of what was said in that Neil Patel video. So I can go through and I can see that and put it in there. And what I can do then is I can put in a prompt to get even more information. And you'll see I just put in a prompt down below here. Give me a summary of this video in 20 paragraphs or less. Citing, and I'm meant to say citing, C-I-T-I-N-G, but it says citing the most important pieces in the particular video. I want to know how we can use it, particularly as content creators and creative conductors. Now you can take something like that and use a similar phrase yourself. Create that prompt, take it like it is, and turn it into something that's going to help you a lot. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to just press the key right here, the arrow, that's the right arrow key, and it's going to go through and take a look at this, generating some details for me. And after about 30 seconds or so, it went in and processed that for me. And look what it's got here. It's got a summary of what's going on there, and I said it in 20 paragraphs or less, and it shows me the essence of what's going on. Think about that. This is going to save you huge amounts of time and give you the best of the best. You win on both accounts. I don't know about you, but sometimes I've watched a video and it goes on for 30, 45 minutes, an hour or so. Good information, but I might forget some of it. And it takes up a lot of time. We don't have time as creative conductors to do all that. This way with NotebookLM, which is free, using the Chrome extension, which is free, you've now saved huge amounts of time in getting the practical information that you need. This is something that is very, very powerful. But the fun doesn't stop there, because what I can do over here is on the right side, we have the studio. If you've been working with NotebookLM, you know this is where you can get an audio overview, a video overview, get reports, things like that, really good. And by the way, the reports, one of the most important things on what we're doing here, because it gives you a capsule of what's going on. You want to get the essence of what's happening with it right there. And if you want more, use the prompt over there in the chat section, which is in the middle, and put together a chat. I like to use the idea, as you saw I did, there 20 paragraphs or less. So that way I get a lot, and if it says, well, there's only 5 paragraphs here, not a problem. And if I look at it, I go, whoa, there's even more that I need. Maybe you would need more than 20 paragraphs if you got, say, a 3-hour video that's really good and packed with information. Not a problem. 100 paragraphs or less, 200 paragraphs or less, something like that. And that phraseology in your prompt can help you a lot. And so this gives us the ability to get a lot done with that in many different ways. Now what I can do is I can take this and I can add to it with more information. This is something that you want to look into as a content creator, and it can give you even more information and more value in some other areas. Many of us work as coaching consultants, something I do regularly with a lot of wonderful people that need help on specific things for a specific time, maybe a 1 to 3 month period, or maybe a 6-month ongoing period, something like that. Well, you can keep track of that now in NotebookLM. Let your calls be recorded with full knowledge of the other person. I'm in the state of Florida, and it is required by law that both parties know that. I think it's just a good thing to do if you're going to record something, to let the other party know that you're recording that. You know, whether putting the law aside for a moment, yes, definitely obey the law, but just from a point of view of being a good person, I think that's a good idea. So you want to do that, put it in there, make sure you've got it, and now I can have a collection of, say, a hypothetical client, Bob, that I might be working with. I can have every discussion that we had recorded, say, on Zoom, using Zoom as a good tool, and there's many others that can record, and getting a transcript is pretty easy today. Now I can compare that to look over the last 6 months. What challenges has Bob run into regularly, and how did we solve those? And of the homework assignments that I gave him, which of those worked best, which gave the most result, etc. You can feed all of this into NotebookLM, so it can then go through it and just create it as one notebook for my hypothetical client, Bob. You can use this as well. There's another way you can use it that's equally as good and just as amazing. And that way is for my fellow professional speakers and others who need to make a presentation. Well, you can use this in incredible ways. I don't know about you, but when I'm getting ready for a client, let's say it's XYZ company, and I'm going to speak to them in, say, a month from now, and I want to put together a lot of different information on their industry and on their company, and the notes that I have from various conversations with people and preparing for that. You could put all of that into one notebook in a proprietary way, and when you're recording, you let them know you're recording. You want permission, full permission from all involved, and that makes a lot of sense. So we can have that, and now I can put in YouTube videos that I think are particularly good relating to their industry, PDFs that I might have. I can put in Word docs, Google Docs. I like to keep a running Google Doc for that company. So here's everything I want to discuss with ABC company, put it in there. This is going to give you some real gems. And then you go back over it to say, what are the most important things that they're going to be interested in that they don't know about, that I can help them? Of these news stories that I've fed into you being NotebookLM, that I've given you, what are the most important based on what they're going to be looking at, and based on this other information that I fed into it. Now, one of the real advantages of using NotebookLM is it only looks at what you've put there. It does not go out onto the web unless you specifically say, here is something I want you to look at. This is really good. For privacy, very important. And it gives you the ability to cut to the chase and get the essence of what needs to be done. For a presentation, it's great. And then you can have it start putting together ideas for slides that you can use. As a matter of fact, you can let Gemini look into that, tie Gemini in with NotebookLM, and these combination of YouTube, Gemini, NotebookLM give you a huge advantage over others. I'm also using Google Docs just as a tank to hold my ideas, random thoughts that I have on that upcoming presentation for ABC company, or a consultation that I might have with my hypothetical client, Bob. I can put it over there. So what we're into right now, my friends, is an amazing time for being a professional speaker, a consultant, a coach, and someone who helps others by being a creative conductor. You, like a conductor of an orchestra, will know when to bring in this element, that element, and maybe not so much this one right now. We want the piccolo to play at this part. Then we want the violins over here and percussion to come in over here, but to hold off a little bit over there. this is what you're going to do. Understand what these tools can do. YouTube, Gemini, being able to tie in there with that, NotebookLM, of course, and then other tools that will be real good. This is something that Gina Carr and I talk about and have workshops on from time to time, and show exactly how to do it, and then let you actually do it. You wouldn't just be talking about something in theory. Theory is good to get a big overview picture of why we're doing what we're doing, but then let's go into actually how you do it, step by step. Something that we're doing in our program. Would love to hear from you if that'd be something you're interested in. Well, I want to hear from you on what you think of this. There's a lot of good information, a lot of good things here that you can gather, and we want to make that available for you. So we want to give you some information that can help you in a big way, profoundly good way, that can give you an added advantage when you're out there in the marketplace. And that's through our Stark Raving Entrepreneurs program. You bounce over there and you can see that. And also, to be up to date on what's going on would mean the world to us. If you would hit that like button and share this with others that can benefit. Hey, they're going to like you for sharing something that's useful. And subscribing to it lets you know when we have these coming up and how they'll work. Here's another tool that we wanted to give to you and to others that would want this. No charge whatsoever. AI Tools for Biz. That's biz.com. If you're catching this on an audio version only, go over to AI Tools for, the number 4, biz.com. And if you're catching this on YouTube or some other video capability, you'll notice we've got a QR code above there, so you can get the information on several different programs that are available to you and to get you up to speed quickly, you and those that are on your team. This can help you a lot and make sure that you're getting the kind of information you need when you need it. We really appreciate you joining us, and we're going to have another goodie for you right over here so you can see this. If you're catching this on YouTube, you click on that. It's going to give you some information on how you can use these tools in a very practical way. I'm Terry Brock. Thank you very much for joining us today.